welcome. My name is Chinwe, aka the African Nurse. I am a critical care registered nurse in the US, and this video was inspired because I had a live with someone today and we talked about the coronavirus. We also talked about masks and the different types of masks and the kind of protection they offer. But more so, this video was inspired deeply because I went to the store today. I just came back from the store and I saw all kinds of people wearing the mask completely wrong, and it took every ounce in me of self-will and self-discipline not to be like, hey, look, your mask is wrong. Literally, if I saw 10 people, maybe 5 people were wearing the mask wrong. So I was like, you know what, let me just make a video, just a PSA video. So here we go. That basically 3 different types of masks that you will see people wearing in this time. There are other kinds of respirators, but the 3 major ones you're going to see right now in this time, that in this era that we're living in right now, is the person is probably going to have a surgical mask. So this is what a surgical mask kind of looks like. It's like, I think, a 3-ply. It has a little bit of filter on the inside, a thin layer of filter on the inside, and then you see someone wear an N95. There are different types and different shapes of N95, but they typically kind of look like this, or like this, or there's a round one which I don't have. They typically have more filter on the inside, the layering is a little bit thicker on the inside, and then you typically see this is a cloth mask. It might look like a surgical, but it's a cloth mask that my patient's family made for the nurses on the unit. So this is a cloth. It looks yellow like a surgical, but it's really just a cloth mask. So you see people wear typically these 3. So I'm going to tell you quickly the difference. So this one is like, gives you the ultimate amount of protection. It doesn't protect you from everything. I think it says 95 to 98%. So it protects you about 0.3 microns. So that's the virus or the bacteria or whatever the substance is, has to be 0.3 microns or smaller to get through this, which is kind of almost rare. So this gives you a high level of protection. This is the N95 mask, and it protects you airborne. It gives you airborne protection as well as droplet protection. And then this is the surgical mask that I talked about. The surgical mask gives you droplet protection, doesn't give you airborne protection, and really should last anywhere from 3 to 8 hours, depending on the make of it. And then this is the cloth mask. To be honest, the cloth mask doesn't protect you from anything or any virus. The reason why your probably city or state government is or country, wherever you are, is mandating that you wear a mask, any mask, including a cloth mask, is this. Imagine if person A wears a mask and person B wears a mask, but person A coughs into the mask. Whatever they cough into, is their junk is still inside their mask. Whatever, if they sneeze, their junk is still in here. So if they mandate that all of us wear a mask to go out and we all wear the mask to go out, it's going to slow the spread of the virus, because when we cough, when we sneeze, even when you talk, you don't see it, but there are little droplets that come out of your mouth. So when we talk, it all goes in here. So it kind of slows down, like you're kind of covering it. This is the cloth mask, right? When you wear a cloth mask or any mask at all, and you wear it, and you do something like this. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate with another one. It's too tight. If you wear, this is the surgical mask now. If you wear a mask, this is how your mask should be. Typically, a mask would have a metal substance, a metal thing here. You should press it down to your nose, and that's how it should be, right? Okay, cool. This is what your mask should typically look like. This is the surgical mask. When you wear your mask like that, what are you doing? What are we really doing here? Or you wear your mask like this. What is the point, sis? What are we doing here? Why is your mask like this? You know, when I went to the store today, literally almost everyone, this lady had a full-on N95, but her N95 was here. So I was like, you can inhale the airborne droplets and viruses. You can inhale all of that. So why is your mask down here? It shouldn't be like that. Your mask should always cover your nose or your mouth, or else it's not efficient. the N95s, most of them would have like a metal thing right here at the tip of it. So when you go to the bridge of your nose, you should make it like fit your nose, so that way you have a proper fit, so nothing can come through it, right? If you're not gonna wear a mask, then if you're gonna wear a mask and wear it and do this, then don't do it. There is no point. There is no point doing that. You're just kind of wasting. They're hard to get, especially if you have a surgical mask or N95. They're really hard to come by. You're kind of wasting it. Don't go out there and buy an N95, to be honest with you. Except you're working in the hospital, except you're working with patients. You don't need an N95. Except you're like face to face with someone who has this coronavirus, and the person is like coughing in your face, or they're having some kind of breathing treatment, then you don't need the N95. This will protect you from 95% of viruses. Sorry, I'm using natural light, so when this happens, there we go. This will protect you from 95% of viruses. To protect you from droplet, but it won't protect you from airborne. So droplet is like the things that come out of your mouth. Airborne is like the particles can stick in the air and travel through the air. So just by breathing, you can get the virus. Now, coronavirus is sometimes airborne, sometimes not. They're still trying to figure it out. According to World Health, who they're saying is airborne when you do treatments, breathing treatment, when you do things like suctioning. So typically you are in some kind of medical setting. I hope my little quick information session has been helpful. I'm gonna go over everything real quick. Surgical mask, one ply, 3 to 8 hours use. This one is it's more efficient, the most efficient, 3 to 8 hours, depending on the make and the brand. The surgical mask can protect you from droplets, like I said, like things coming out of your mouth, can protect you from viruses, up to 95% of the viruses. Does not protect you from airborne, like the bacteria, not the bacteria, but the virus that travels through the air, doesn't protect you from that. The N95 is the respirator that is mostly used in the hospital, and it has a higher level of protection. It's typically harder to breathe through. Don't wear an N95 and sit in a hot car and drive. That's another thing. If you're driving and you're alone, especially if your windows are rolled up, you don't need to wear a mask, especially an N95, because in a hot car, so this is the N95. It's mostly medical people, the surgeons, the nurses, the doctors, they would use this. And this is a cloth mask. The cloth mask really protects, it's like protects you from other people. So if all of us wear a cloth mask, then the chances of the virus spreading is like slower or lesser. So there you go. I hope my little PSA informational session was helpful. If it was, share with someone, share with a friend, let me know. Thank you. Have a blessed day. Peace out.